Hi everyone, I'm Naomi, and today I'm going to lead you through a quick and exciting yoga practice to help you bring more strength and awareness to your shoulders, your upper back, and your arms. So this practice is going to be challenging, but it's also going to give you insight into how you can use yoga to actually build more strength instead of just flexibility. And it's also going to give you a little bit more access to some of those poses that feel really hard in your upper body, in your arms, and your shoulders. So it's going to open up the possibilities there for some of those poses, which is very exciting. So I do have a prop today. I'm using a block today just for two poses, basically for support. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. It's not really that big of a deal, but it will, if you do have one, I highly encourage you to use it so that you can help support yourself just a little bit more. Okay, let's get started. Come onto your hands and knees. We'll warm up in just a little bit of cat-cow just to get your spine more mobile and more awake. So as you inhale, stretch your belly and chest forward. As you exhale, round up and back so you can release your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen forward again. Exhale, round up and back, release your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen forward, stretch through your spine. Exhale, round up and back. Inhale forward. Exhale, round back. One more time. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale and shift back into downward facing dog. And so as you take your first downward facing dog, just wag your tail a little bit. Shift through your hips. Get the wiggles out, because a lot of what we're going to be doing in our practice today is more static holds in your upper body. Okay, and you're not going to wiggle quite as much. So get those wiggles out. As far as I'm concerned, yoga could use more wiggles anyway. So shake it, stretch it, get a little loose. And then take your knees to the floor for just a moment to reset. Squeeze them out with your fingers and make sure the creases of your wrists are even with the front edge of your mat. Okay. Press to your fingers in the circumference of your palms so the center of your palm pulls up like a suction cup through your arms. And you should feel your arms get a lot stronger. You can slide the sides of your body longer and send your chest down towards the earth. So your chest gets heavy. You're going to lift up through your belly, so that you're not collapsing through your low back. Lift up through the top of your pelvis and your belly. Lift your knees, shift your hips back into downward facing dog. And we're going to take 15 breaths here. You can come down at any time. 2, 3, you can bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. 4, 5, your heels do not have to touch the floor if your hammies are tight. 6, 7, you're about halfway there, almost. 8, from your upper back, push into your arms, you stretch the floor away. 9, 10, lift your belly. 11, 8, 9, what? 12, 13, 14, almost there. 15. From your downward facing dog, come on forward into plank pose. We're going to hold plank pose for 10 breaths. Now, if you need to come down at any time, please come down or just lower your knees to the floor, but keep holding. Okay, 1, 2, squeeze them out with your fingers. 3, 4, squeeze your heels towards one another. 5, 6, 7, 8, keep lifting up through your belly button. 9, send your chest towards the floor. 10, lower your knees down to the earth. Shift back on your heels. Roll your arms, roll your shoulders. And spin your arms from side to side. Oh, okay. And then coming up to stand, just going to do something to open your shoulders a little bit more, something that I call stealth yoga. Place your left hand at the wall, slide your left arm one back, so your body is facing the wall, and then turn your body away from the wall. So this is just to help open your chest a little bit more before we move on to the next exciting shoulder endeavor. You can have your right hand at your hip. If it's too much of a stretch, bend your left elbow. One more full breath in, and exhale. Turn back to center. Release your left arm. Place your right hand at the wall. Slide your right arm bone back. Integrate your right arm bone so that you feel really supported in the back of your body. Left hand to your hip. And start to turn your body away from the wall. So you can actually walk away from the wall too. If your shoulders are tighter, shoulders a bit more open, you can stay close to the wall. If you're just trying to get a stretch across the front of your chest, if it's too much, you can bend your elbow. Turn. One more full breath in here. Full breath out, let that go. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. Okay, because the next thing that you're going to do, so you're going to do some chaturanga push-ups, some baby ones, tiny ones. They're not even full chaturangas, okay? So don't panic. I know some of you start to panic and you're about to turn the video off. Don't turn it off. Okay, they're tiny. I'm going to show first and then you get to do them. So my hands are as wide as my shoulders, fingers are squeezing, knees are down. So all I'm going to do is bend my elbows 2 inches back and then push back up. Bend my elbows 2 inches back and push back up. That's it. And then after that, you're going to do a gate pose variation. So you'll pivot on your right knee, extend your left leg back, left arm up. And you'll hold that in between sides. Okay, so just some chaturanga push-ups, a little bit of gate action. It's going to be just fine, I promise. Okay, your knees are going to stay on the floor at all times. Okay, so place your hands firmly on your mat. Curl your toes under. Full breath in. As you exhale, bend your elbows 2 inches, shift your chest forward, your heels back, and then push up. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbows 2 inches, chest forward, heels back, push back up. 3 more of those. Bend your elbows, hug them tight to your body, push back up. Bend your elbows, hug them tight to your body, push back up. Okay, one more time, bend your elbows, hug them tight to your body, push back up, and then pivot on your right knee. Extend your left leg back, left arm up. For 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Right arm is not at a 90-degree angle. See, it's on a diagonal, really. 5 almost. 5. Counting is hard when you're also talking. Place your hand on the floor. Left hand back down. So another set of these baby, mini, super tiny chaturanga push-ups. Okay, so the key here is to reach back through your heels as much as your chest is going forward and to not sag through your belly and through your hips. Nobody wants a saggy belly, hips, pelvis. Nobody wants to sag there. So lift up through your core. Nobody wants a saggy pelvis. I feel like we should make that a t-shirt. Okay. Place your hands. Mostly because it's going to hurt your low back, not because of the way it looks, just to be super clear. You know, squeeze them out with your fingers, curl your toes under. Full breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows just 2 inches, push back up. Bend your elbows 2 inches, push back up. Bend your elbows 2 inches. Shoulders are strong, squeeze them, push back up. Bend your elbows 2 inches, push back up. 1 more, bend your elbows 2 inches. Keep your core strong, push back up. Then gate pose to the left, pivot on your left knee. Extend your right leg to the back of your mat. Right arm up for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to do one last round of chaturanga push-ups, and this time you have the option, baby chaturanga push-ups, remember? You have the option to have your knees away from the floor or your knees down, okay? So you can keep your knees down or lift them up. Take a full breath in, keep your core lifted, your fingers pressing into the mat, legs squeezing in strong, just like plank. Bend your elbows 2 inches, back towards your hips, push back up. You bend your elbows back towards your hips, push back up. Bend your elbows, squeeze the mat. Pull your elbows back towards your hips, push back up. 2 more. Bend your elbows 2 inches, push back up. Bend your elbows 2 inches, push back up. And then lower all the way down, woo, to the floor. All the way down. Come up onto your fingertips. Just give yourself like a little roll through your shoulders. Another wiggle. Okay. Now, strengthen your shoulders and upper body on your belly. Okay. Take your arms alongside your body. So you're going to start on the easier side. Squeeze your legs towards one another. Squeeze your arms towards one another. Lift your upper body just a little bit. So you're not going for height here. You squeeze your shoulder blades inward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower all the way down. Make a pillow for your forehead and rest. Okay, now we're going to do it again. If you're finding this is going into your low back and not your upper back, don't lift so high, okay? You can be here and still, like an inch away from the floor and still be working your shoulders. The higher up you go, the more of your spine you have to use, okay? The higher up you go, the more you have to work lower down. Okay, so don't think about height, think about length. Okay, you can feel that by propping up onto your forearms and trying to lift your pelvis a little bit away from the floor so that there's more length through your spine instead of curve, okay? So that's just another way to play. We are going to lift up away from the floor again though. Take your arms out to the sides. Turn your thumbs up like you're hitchhiking or like you're really excited about something. Thumbs up, okay? Now press into the heel side of your hand that's down because your thumbs are up. Push into that, lift your arm bones up, and then lift your thumbs. Just for 5 breaths. Keep working those shoulders. This is the last one. 5. Okay, and then lower down. Make that pillow for your head and rest. All right, so one more on your belly. This time in Cobra. Place your hands right next to your chest. So your forearms should be vertical, right? Your forearms should be straight up and down, your upper arms parallel. Press into your hands, lift up through the sides of your body. So sides of the body get long, shoulder blades pull up, lift your chest up. Stretch up through the sides of your body, draw your shoulders back, chest up. Squeeze your legs towards one another, lift up through your chest, and hold. Okay, now if being high up is too much because it's too much flexion for your spine, lower part of the way down. This is actually harder to be lower to the floor. It's a little bit easier to be higher up and lower down. 5 more breaths. I know it's a long time. If you need to come out, please come out. Got plenty of time to build up to longer holds. 2 more breaths. Lower all the way down and rest. All right, last pose. Grab your block if you have it. If you don't have it, not a big deal, okay? But if you do have a block, grab it, place it on the floor out in front of you. Okay, if you're not doing the block, you're gonna be on your forearms just straight down on the floor, elbows directly underneath your shoulders, okay? If you do have a block, I want you to hold onto the block with your palms, so your fingers wrap around it. That'll just give you a little bit more action, right? You've got something to hold on to so you can help squeeze in. Okay, now, everybody squeeze your forearms in, whether you're holding the block or not. Lengthen through the sides of your body. Send your chest towards the earth. Okay, so we're going to do dolphin pose together. Dolphin pose is just like downward facing dog with your forearms on the ground. So it's more work for your upper back and more work for your shoulders. We're going to hold it for 10 breaths. If you need to come out at 2 breaths, come out. If you need to come out at 5 breaths, come out. If you want to hold it for like 5 more breaths after I'm done, by all means, you can do that too. Listen to your body. Lift up through your belly. Lift your knees. Let's go. You can bend your knees if you need to. We're at 1. 2. Relax your head. Let it hang heavy. 3. 4. 5. Squeeze your forearms towards the center. Readjust if you need to. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Lower your knees down. Shift back into child's pose. Take your arms back to give them a little rest. Take them back towards your heels. Rest your forehead on the floor, or if you want, you can take the block if you have it, and rest your forehead on the block. All right, come on back up. We've got 2 more poses, and these poses are really just meant to give your shoulders a rest after all the work you've done. So bridge pose is next. Supported bridge pose if you have the block. It's just going to give you a little bit more release and relief. The block goes beneath your sacrum, which is the flat part of your low back. Your butt should be hanging off the edge a little bit, and you can place it either on the highest, middle, or lowest. Okay? Bend your knees as you lie down on your back. Place your feet hip width apart. Bend your elbows, lift your chest first, have your block handy, and then lift your hips up and slide the block underneath your hips. So you want the block to be right underneath your sacrum. Your butt should be hanging off the edge just slightly. You can keep your elbows bent if you like, or extend your arms, and we'll just be here for a few breaths. You can even close your eyes and just let go into the block. Let it hold you. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore, at least not for the next couple of minutes. Just take one more full breath in here. Full breath out. Lift your hips up a little higher than the block. Slide it out. Get it out of the way. Take your arms out to the sides in a T. Lift your butt up. Swing it all the way over to the left side of your mat. Lift your knees and your feet. Lower your knees to the right. You can use your right hand on top of your left thigh, right above your knee, the outside of your thigh, to keep your thigh down, but it doesn't really have to be. You can even stagger your legs a little bit if you're feeling any tweaking in your low back. Because what you're trying to get here, what you should be feeling, is an opening across your chest. So even though it's fairly active through your legs, it's not as active through your upper body because it's It's more passive, so you're getting this release and opening. So again, stagger your legs if you're feeling any tweakiness there. For just one more breath. And then scoot your hips back to center, and then bump them twice as far over to the right. Lift your knees and feet, drop them over. Your left arm should extend out, or rather your right arm should extend to the right. Right shoulder heavy on the ground. Left hand on your thigh, or stagger your legs a little bit so you have more space. Okay. And breathe here into the left side of your body. One more full breath in and out here. Coming back to center. Just lie on your back for a moment with both knees bent, your arms out to the sides, and just appreciate all of the incredible work that your upper body just did, holding you up. And also appreciate in this moment that you are not doing that you are letting gravity hold you. You're letting the earth hold you. And that even when you are building strength, you need to rest and release. So that you not only save your strength, but also increase it. You cannot get stronger if you are not resting. Okay, and then roll your side. Push yourself up. All right. How did that feel? How are you feeling now? How is your super strong upper body? So hopefully what that gave you was a little bit of insight into how to use your upper body in a way that's more powerful and also empowering in poses that might feel very familiar. Okay, in poses that you probably do all the time in yoga, but now with increased awareness in your upper body so that you can use it to build strength and also to increase your range of motion, your stretch, your flexibility. The stronger you get, the more capacity you have, right? Not only on the mat, but off. So hopefully this has given you a little bit more access to your strength on the mat, but also it's given you more insight into your potential off of the mat as well. So thank you for hanging out with me today and rocking this really strong practice. I would love to hear how you felt doing it. I would love to hear how you felt the next day, how your upper body is feeling. So please leave me a comment in the comments below to let me know what you thought. And I look forward to getting back on the mat again with you really soon. Bye.